And our next guest, I mean, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm excited. All right. He just put on one of the greatest shows in a huge historic fight that you ever will see. It was more one-sided than you'll ever see in that type of hyped up fight. And we want to welcome in none other than the undisputed welterweight champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence, how are you, man? Welcome to the Odd Couple.
What's going on, man?
It's great to have you, and we got the connection?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Hey, man, look, I was at your fight Saturday night there on the floor, and I picked you to win either a unanimous decision or a late stoppage. And but I did not see that type of one-sided beating coming. Did you see something in the tape as you watched and studied Spence that let you know your style and your skills would just be, I mean, obviously you felt you'd win, but that you would be able to overwhelm him the way you did?
Yeah, not really. You know, like I always said, people always ask me, is this going to be my toughest fight of my career? And I always tell them I don't know because I never been in the ring with Errol. I never fought him, so I never know what to expect. But one thing I can tell you is I always win the fight in the gym. I train so hard to where, whether the fight is easy or hard, I know I pay my dues in training, so whatever happens, it's going to show.
Terrence Crawford, VeeJay Huskey here. A pleasure to be talking with you, and I echo Chris Broussard's sentiment that excited to be speaking with you. Big fan. I've been watching you fight for years, and I have to pat myself on the back and take my own victory lap. I said you was knocking them out in 10 and under, and I put it out on my show and tweeted about it all last week. I didn't think this fight would be close because I'm a boxing purist, and I love watching boxing. I thought you had this fight in about the third round. My question to you is, when did you know you had it? And when you know that as a fighter and you're in the ring, what goes through your mind? Do you kind of feel yourself just floating? Do you everything is blocked out, I know, around you, but when you know you got a guy, paint the picture for us fans, how that feels as a fighter when you know his ass is yours. It's over.
Oh, man, it's just a feeling that you get, and, certain things that a fighter is doing, certain things that you're doing that's affecting the fighter, or you capitalizing on the fighter or whatnot. And you just know, you just have that feeling like, oh, man, okay, I got him.
Yeah.
I saw you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just like, man, he can't do nothing with me, and you just on top of everything he do.
When did you feel that way? If you can give us that inside information, when did you know? Okay, I got this. I'm gonna knock him out. This is over.
Well, I didn't feel as if I was gonna knock him out, but in the first round, I got more confident. As we felt each other out, I knew he was much slower than me,
wow.
And I was stronger than him, and he didn't hit as hard as everybody said he did. So when I came back to the corner, the first thing that my coach said is, he's slow as shit.
Wow.
Start countering that slow ass drive.
Wow, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
Now, you obviously knocked him down 3 times, and I know he got saved by the bell maybe twice, because both were the first and third knockdowns were late in the rounds, but you still were cool. You had control. You didn't go out there and just, start throwing to finish him right away. Is that tough to do? I know you don't want to just go crazy and get caught with something, but is it tough to slow yourself down and stick with the plan when you feel like you got him and he's hurt? Or did you, I honestly, I thought, man, it almost looked like he just wanted to really punish him, and he's kind of taking his time with him to put more punishment on him.
Yeah, no, what I mean? That's just how I go about things. When I get somebody hurt, I want to make sure that I'm throwing the right punches at the right time, at the right moment, to make sure that I land the right shots and capitalize on them being hurt, and make sure that I don't let them off the hook. So that's how I approach when I'm hurting somebody. I make sure that I'm able to get them out of there.
Terrence Crawford, I know you don't like to look ahead, and everybody is very cautious in boxing nowadays with promotions and agreements and different promoters and stuff of that nature. But I'm looking at Virgil Ortiz Jr., Jaron Enos, 2 undefeated guys. Virgil's only got 19, but Jaron looks like the guy he could be next for you. I know your answer is probably going to be, hey, I'll take whoever's up because you're that type of champion. But where does it look like we might see, or are we going to get that rematch with Errol Spence Jr. right away? What are we looking at as boxing fans, buddy?
Yeah, we might get the rematch.
Okay.
Thing is, we just enjoying our victory right now, enjoying the time with the family, resting up, and we'll go from there.
I grew up, Terrence, in the era of, Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fighting, and Leonard and Duran, and then of course later on you had Pacquiao and Mayweather. Do you, how much of a student, obviously you're a student of boxing, obviously, but I mean, of the history of it, do you study those great welterweights that came before you? Who's your favorite if you have one? And did you, kind of craft your style after any of them, or just take different parts of their game? Do you study the history and those guys before you like that?
Oh, of course. I watched all them fights, years ago when I was a little kid. That's all my coach used to make me do, is watch old boxing fights and stuff like that. So I didn't probably watch them fights a million times. Like I said before, I've watched so much boxing to the point where when I watch it now, I fall asleep. Ever have I wanted to be like any other boxer but myself? But I did, used to look at fighters and say, oh man, I'm gonna try that, or I'm gonna try that. And if it's something that works for me, then I probably put it in my arsenal. My favorite fighters growing up was Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard. Those were the guys that I really looked up to and analyzed and watched a lot, and Pernell Whitaker was one of them as well. So I just like the boxers and the fighters that could style on you at the same time.
Right.
They had style. They had a lot of heart, a lot of determination, but they was boxers at the same time. They just wasn't sluggers and coming in there and just knocking you out. They'll beat you with skills. So those are the guys that caught my eye, and those are the guys that I wanted to somewhat be like when I was in the ring.
And shout out to Sweet Pea, RIP to the homie, man, Virginia in the building. That was one of my favorites, too. Sugar Ray Leonard was my favorite all time, but I love me some Sweet Pea. Still hated that he got robbed by De La Hoya the way he did. But one thing I love about sports, Terrence, is just when you see the people that surround the athletes we love. And seeing your family and seeing your mom in the ring so animated after your fights, man, you can hear her. I love seeing that unity that you have, man. What is it about that closeness that keeps you grounded? Because you really do come off as a really grounded, humble guy. Not a lot of showy, not a lot of flash. Just go about your business, and you handling your business better than anybody in the ring in the world right now. How do you keep that humbleness, and how do you keep that close-knitness together, man, that helps drive you when you're in the ring?
Because I know how fast it can all be gone. You can be on top of the world today, and tomorrow God could take it all away from you in the blink of an eye. So, I cherish these moments that I have, because one day it's gonna be gone, and then what you got? You gotta have your dignity. You gotta have, your pride. What you gonna have? you're not going to be champion no more, so you're not going to have all these people following you and calling you and got the cameras in your face. You're just going to be a regular person. So I never wanted to put on the front of who I am. What you see is what you get. Because when it's all said and done, they're going to say Terrence did it his way, and Terrence made it work. And Terrence is the same guy today that he was 10 years ago.
Terrence, lastly, before you go, you said you're going, obviously you're taking time and celebrating and enjoying the victory. What do you like to do in your free time when you're not, boxing and preparing for a fight?
I fish a lot. I like to go camping. I like to play basketball. I like to play with my kids. I like to watch them grow, watch them do sports and stuff like that. And I like to, hang out with my family, little cookouts. My mom and them always have barbecues on Sundays. We play dominoes, cards. We throw cornholes now. That's something new that we picked up.
Word.
All right, man. That is cool, man. That is Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Man, I gotta be honest, like I feel like I just don't. I know you a rematch if he wants it. Hey, I know you're gonna do it. I just feel like I don't think he have a chance in a rematch against you, especially right away. I mean, I don't think period, but I feel like he needs to go beat somebody else before he even steps back in the ring with you. I just think it's going to be tough for him. You don't know this feeling because you never lost. But I think it's going to be tough for him to kind of get that, confidence against you coming back after that type of beating. Have you talked to any fighters about that? Like how tough it is for somebody that's been dominant and then been beaten that way to get their confidence back?
No, I really can't even say.
I know you never had that feeling.
He never felt it.
That's right. I get it. All right, brother. Great stuff, man. Thanks for joining us, man. And awesome performance.
Thanks, Terrence. Congrats,
and
man.
Congratulations on all your success, man.
All right, thank you. I appreciate y'all.